Hello everyone, Jack Mavrick here again. Last week I brought up the fact that America is broken, that we are no longer a country that is of, for, and by the people. Instead, we have become a nation that is of, for, and by the wealthy elite. The reason, as I've stated before, is that there is on one hand corporate greed, and on the other, apathy. Let's face it, the have-nots who work paycheck to paycheck come home too exhausted from our workday to be as vigilant as democracy demands. In the meantime, however, as a result of our broken democracy, the rich get richer, corporations put profits ahead of common good, the giant pharmaceutical companies choose to treat symptoms for a lifetime rather than find cures. Our tax code is defunct. Compared to other countries, we have the highest percentage of our population in jail. The environment is possibly beyond the point of no return. Our schools fail to educate. Our elected officials have little to no accountability and are prostituting the principles to special interest groups. Our supposed system of checks and balances between the three branches of government is neither checked nor balanced. Inflation continues to rise and the distribution of wealth continues to shift towards the wealthy. More and more our police are acting as entitled criminals. Our national debt will one day make our descendants indentured servants. We have no say when our government gives billions away to Pakistan, Russia, or even to ISIS. However, this country has so much potential, and I still have hope that it can reach that potential. Believe me, if I didn't, I would have moved to New Zealand by now. But something has to change. We have been doing business as usual for so long and hoping for change. Are we all insane? There are things I wish to talk about that will possibly sound crazy at first, but the longer I talk, the more it will make sense. America needs changes. This week, I'd like to start with the election process. Did you know, in his farewell address to the nation, George Washington warned us all to avoid the temptation of factions? The very first thing we did was fall into that temptation. We just chose to call them parties instead. So today we have the Democratic Party, the Democratic faction, the Republican faction, the Green faction, and the Tea Party faction. I find it ironic that the so-called father of our nation told us not to do something, and like rebellious children, that's just the thing we did. One of the 10 Commandments is to honor our parents, and it is the first commandment with a promise that it will go well with us, and we will enjoy long life on this earth. If this country doesn't want to go the way of Rome in a fraction of the time, we need to obey the father of our nation now. A lot of people will think, no way, we need our party system. Well, a long habit of not thinking a thing wrong gives it a superficial appearance of being right and raises at first a formidable outcry in defense of custom. But the tumult soon subsides. Time makes more converts than reason. These are the words of Thomas Paine, and he's right. In the primaries, you can only vote for the party you're affiliated with. Then afterwards, we're left with two candidates that nobody wants. Without the party system, more and more people will vote their conscience. I'll touch on this more next week and bring up other problems and possible solutions in the election process. Until then, let me remind you, if you don't know Jack, that's all right. If you don't know Jesus, you don't know peace, joy, or love. I hope you seek him. Goodbye.